Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about narcissistic supply. Stay tuned. So narcissistic supply is something that I've talked about in quite a few of my narcissist videos. However, I have yet to actually make a video on what that is and where it comes from. So that's what I'm going to do right here. What is narcissistic supply and why do narcissists need it? Narcissistic supply is your payment for being in a relationship with a narcissist. And it's a requirement because narcissists need narcissistic supply. This isn't a want, it's a need. And if they don't get it, not good things can happen. So narcissistic supply is composed of all of the attention, all of the external validation given by others to the narcissist. So this can look like attention, it can look like praise, it can look like accomplishments. And when I say attention, I'm talking about both positive and negative attention. Both of them will feed the need for narcissistic supply. So if they can't get positive attention, they will take negative attention too. Feeling powerful can be a really big source of narcissistic supply. That's why narcissists tend to step on other people a lot. It makes them feel big and powerful. Having control is a huge one. This is why narcissistic relationships can be so controlling. The control and being able to call all the shots really helps fuel that narcissistic supply that the narcissist needs. And a really big one, emotional energy. This is why me and a lot of other people, I didn't make this term up, call narcissists emotional vampires because they will suck all of the emotional energy out of you. And just like attention, this can both be positive and negative emotional energy. They will take whatever they can get. This is why things like no contact and going gray rock with a narcissist if no contact isn't possible are so important because we're really trying to not give them our emotions. Really, the secret to defeating a narcissist is not giving them any emotional energy or any supply. And they will do whatever they can to get the supply. If they're not getting it, they will do the most outlandish things. I mean, it's just some of the stories I've heard, yeah, they don't have a low. Some people aim for the knees or the ankles. No. Narcissists, those are just fine on the ground. In fact, it can even really look a lot like psychosis. It really can. And if they don't get that supply, they're going to come to you, they're going to say that they've changed, so you'll come back and continue to give it to them. And if you refuse to do that, that's when we see things like smear campaigns. A smear campaign is when the narcissist just basically trashes you to anyone and everyone really that will listen to them. A lot of the times the things that they say about you are complete and total lies, but it doesn't matter. They don't leave quietly at all. An important concept to understand about narcissistic supply is that the tank is always on empty. It's almost like there's a hole in the tank because the need for supply from a narcissist is almost constant. It's never enough. As much as we do like compliments from other people and external attention, external validation, it does feel good. I think we all have a little bit of a need for it, for sure. It's totally okay to accept compliments and attention from others. That does not make someone a narcissist. What makes someone a narcissist, if that is like the only thing that will keep you going, is the external validation from others. Most people do like external validation, and they can also internally validate. This is something that narcissists can't do. They cannot internally validate themselves. And this is really due mostly to the fact that they've never learned how to do that. Like they don't know how. Narcissistic traits are established quite early on in childhood. And when a person is in an environment that is not emotionally validating or it's abusive, people can develop different types of protective mechanisms. And this is really what narcissistic supply is. It's a protective mechanism for the narcissist. It protects their ego from being damaged. Because if you peel away all the grandiosity and all the excellence that narcissists like to show to the world, what you're going to find is a very small person with a very small ego. The ego of a narcissist is really small and itty bitty. It was never properly nourished when they were children. And that's really where that comes from. They don't know how to internally validate. That's why they require and they depend on that narcissistic supply. The protective factor that occurs during childhood for someone that is being primed to be a narcissist someday is learning how to manipulate people psychologically in order to get their needs met. They find out that this is what works for them, and it continues on in life. That is exactly why it can look a lot like a temper tantrum of a 3-year-old when a narcissist doesn't get their supply. Literally, that's what it can look like. Throwing things, yelling, demanding. A narcissist really never emotionally matures. They're always stuck in a very almost pre-adolescent stage of emotional maturity all of their life. That's gonna wrap this video up for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment box below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with your friends, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I release 2 new videos every single week. Would love to see you in the next one.